Hey everybody, it's Andy's Free Guitar Charts videos here, and today we're going to just be doing a kind of an evening lesson on chart number 261, half diminished triad for adjusted minor substitution, string shapes. So this chart, I've kind of put it together. It could be improved a little bit, embellished, but it's pretty much ready to go. What we have here is from the previous lesson, okay, where we have the string shapes for the majors, the minors, and the half diminished. Down here with the half diminished, this is the direct string shapes for the half diminished. This is all P4 tuning. It's not a guitar fretboard. Okay, if it was a guitar fretboard, it would look it would look like this, but really more realistically it would look like this. This is a guitar fretboard right here because it has the tuning third between the B string and the G string, the B string and the G string. And by the way, I wanted to apologize. The last lesson I had made one mistake where when I was counting C to G, G to D, D to A, and A to E, I had said it was in fourths. That was because it was like an hour and 20 minutes lesson, and sometimes I do that. And you know, if something doesn't work, try it again and take it a little slower, because I found that a lot of times when I got into trying to take a shortcut by, say, moving a pattern up, when you move a pattern up, okay, so the 3-5 goes to the second string, the bottom string becomes the fourth of that string shape. So the bottom string would be similar. If we move this C pattern up, here's the C box right here. If we moved it up one, the 7 root 2 would come to take its place on the bottom. Okay, and that is the fourth, or the string shape fourth of the C. As you can see in the diagram here, the fourth is going counterclockwise, so string shape fourth of the C is the E. If we were to move the pattern down, then G would be on the bottom. So we just move this pattern down here, the C pattern. If we were to move it down one, the G would be on the bottom, and that would be the fifth. And that's kind of helpful because you could kind of do that in your mind. So it's like this. Let's say we're looking at the C box again. I'm going to try this and see if it works. I mean, it does work, but see if I mess it up or not. So looking at the C box, if we want to go to the fourth, we would move the pattern up and we would substitute for the bottom string shape, which is C, is 3-4-5 string shape. We would substitute the 7 root 2 because that would be its fourth. So what we would in effect be playing, instead of 3-4-5-6-7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3 4 5, we'd be playing 7 root 2 3 4 5 6 7 root 2 3 4, and then we'd warp the 5 6 up there and then take the 7 root 2 right there. Okay, which is a property of the C box, that you can play the E shape from the C box, and it completely fits in that C box without any problems. Now if we move the shape down, instead of 3-4-5-6-7 root, we'd start on the 6 and we'd go 6-7 root 2-3-4-5-6. Okay, then the 7 root 2 would have to be over here. So that's why we can't get the diatonic on the G. So But guess what? When we're doing those substitutions, okay, we don't want to go to the diatonic unless we're just going to go to that key. So there's our C. If we just move the pattern up raw, we should get the F Ionian. Let's check that one more time. Starting from the 7, root 2, and indeed we have that root. That F would be the root, and then 3, 4, 5. Here's our black B flat. So we don't want it when we move a pattern up and we're playing in the, let's say, key of C, root C mode, where root is now our Ionian mode, okay? Sorry. We could just do a diatonic C. Okay, if root is our diatonic mode, then we don't want to play the diatonic off the 4th or the 5th, but we can still play the pentatonic or the triads. So let's look at that. Let's do the F again. I'm getting kind of dry. It's dried up around here. So we're going to move the C up to the 2nd string. And as you know from the, we can also look at the circle for this. And we can look at start cage shape from any string. Okay, so if we start a C shape from the 2nd string, we're going to be in an E box. If we start the, I guess the C shape from the string underneath the C shape, we'd be in the G box. So if we start the C shape from way up here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, right there is your F sharp. We'd be doing a G there. How does that translate on the circle? So if we go and move the pattern upward in the E box, if we move the pattern down, we're in the G box kind of thing. There's fifths going that way. So let's look at it and see if we can do that. But this time we're going to just play the pentatonic. So let's say we can play the diatonic on the root, right? We already talked about that. I kind of messed it up a little bit there. There's our diatonic on the root. So if the song is doing that, you know, you do that diatonic on the root there. But when you want to go to its fourth, you have to do the pentatonic. I mean, there's one other note that's okay to play on that fourth, but you do the fourth pentatonic, 4, 5, 6, root 2, and the fifth pentatonic, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, right? So that kind of thing. So we're going to substitute, move the pattern up, and replace the bottom with the E pattern, okay? So we could essentially just scoot over to that E box here and play this pentatonic. So let's just set it up with the root Ionian. It'll be, then we go to root, then we go to the fourth pentatonic. Okay. Now we want to go to the G by moving the pattern down. So we move this. This might be easier to do from the C box. So we're going to move the pattern down and just start with 6, 7 root there. But it's going to be pentatonic. So let's go over to that G box to borrow those pentatonic white notes there. So here's our setup here. And then our G. All right, so that would be the pentatonic. And we can also